Good morning and welcome.
Welcome to this episode where we talk about the Chore Rewards Adventure and more specifically the step-by-step how to get this chore adventure going.
We laid it out for you because sometimes parents are super busy. We get that. Today we talk about day one of the Chore Rewards Adventure.
Which is the introduction, right?
Yes, it is. It talks about all the skills that your kids are going to gain from doing this
Activity. It's crazy though how this one activity can help parents and kids on several levels.
Seriously though, they unlock a treasure trove of skills.
Parents usually are overwhelmed.
They lead hectic lives.
They don't have time to do like everything.
No. And the cool thing about this activity is that it was created with that in mind.
And I think the problem today is that both parents work usually.
Right.
There are some exceptions. They have to work to be able to afford today's lifestyle.
This is true.
How does this activity help parents?
Well, it helps parents because they'll have more free time to spend with their kids. Once your kids are involved and doing their chores, well, that frees you up to spend more time with them once everything is done.
And I think also they will use the word no less often.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with their points and the money that they're saving up from doing the chores, well, now they don't have to ask you if they can get it. They just have to ask you to bring them to go get it.
That's a lot better, right?
Yeah, it is.
What I love about this activity is that kids learn at least 11 life skills.
Wow. So what's the first life skill that they learn?
The first skill that they will learn is financial literacy.
Imagine you go to your kid's house when they're grown up and they have all the stuff that they need completely taken care of.
By working for what they want and need, they learn at a young age through this activity the value of money and hard work.
That's true though. They really learn how their efforts and what they put into this translates into getting all of these different special wants that they want.
Or needs that they need.
Yeah.
So the second skill that kids will gain with this activity?
Collaboration.
Oh yeah, and collaboration is so important. You have it with your significant other every day. Let's say you want to decide what to eat for dinner.
We have it right now, recording this for you guys.
And you learn it through this activity because you have to collaborate
with your kids to decide on what chores you're going to do.
With this collaboration, you and your kids will team up to decide on chores, rewards, and everything in between. So what's the third skill?
Negotiation. This is actually one of my favorites because, I mean, you get to talk. I love talking. And you talk back and forth and then you settle on what's a good amount for both of you.
I think it's also important to listen when you negotiate.
Annie's favorite skill is listening, which I struggle with most days.
So we both have half of the negotiation skill.
Which makes us a great team because she just lets me talk and talk. And she'll just sit there and listen and then go with her idea because her idea is usually better.
So kids, how will they learn to negotiate, Jake?
Well, they practice expressing their preferences. They listen and understand each other's and your viewpoints, and they reach agreements that are fair and satisfying for everyone.
I think that when they're going to decide, making the bed is worth 4 points, and then you want to tell them, no, it's 2 points.
Right.
I think that's when they're going to learn to negotiate the best. And as the months pass, they will probably do more chores or different chores. And then they will know. Oh, like I know
that this chore is worth this value.
Because it's so much effort to do it, and I'm not gonna get underpaid this time.
Or overpaid. The parents will learn not to overpay their kids much quicker than the kids will learn to get underpaid.
And then the next skill, it's skill number 4, brainstorming and creativity.
Think which chores will get you the most amount of money with the least amount of work. That's being creative and brainstorming.
Yeah, and also deciding how to write the points down. You can create your own sheet of paper. You can take the ones that are created also.
This will definitely help them learn to think outside the box as well.
And with AI, I think that creativity is going to be one of the most important skills to have in the future. AI I don't think will be creative at all. So I think that who will stand out from the rest of the people will be the people that are creative.
The next skill is time management. And that comes from balancing the chores, playtime, and other activities. They learn how to combine all of these together so that they're never just sitting around or they get caught up. It's like, oh, shoot. It's now Saturday and I didn't do any of my chores. And In day 8, when you introduce interest, they might get penalized for not having it.
Exactly. And what's cool is when they realize that in one day they have to do all of the chores instead of spreading them up over the week, they will realize how much more work it is. Because when you do a little every day is a lot better than a lot in one day, I think.
Right, and that'll definitely teach them how to prioritize their tasks as well. Like, this task takes more time, so I'm going to do it on this day versus trying to slam them all in once.
Exactly. And time management in our everyday life, for me, it's one of the most important skills.
Seriously. Oh man, her schedule shows up on my phone and it is the most jam-packed thing I've ever seen. Thankfully, we have massive screens on our phones now because I still have to scroll. Every day I have a scrollable schedule of what my day looks like.
But if I don't write it and if I don't manage my time correctly, I feel that at the end of the day, I didn't accomplish anything.
And actually, literally, instead of just feeling it, nothing actually gets accomplished.
It's true.
Which actually brings us to responsibility and accountability, which is the next 2 skills that your kids will learn through the Chore Rewards Adventure.
Yes, they will learn to be responsible and accountable for everything that they committed to when they sat down with you and decided what chore they wanted to do. And it's really important because in life, when you're accountable for what you do,
people will trust you more, they'll give you more responsibility, but more benefits.
As an example, if a kid plays baseball and the ball goes through the neighbor's window and breaks it, the kid at that point has 2 choices. Okay, do I go and knock at the neighbor's door and say, listen, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it, I broke your window, I will work and get the money to get you a new window. And that shows already that they're thinking, they're
taking responsibility,
they're solving problems. And then they have the relief of, it's not on their conscience that they broke a window. Whereas if they decide to, I'm just not gonna talk about it, well then they might get stressed and anxious because what are they gonna think and what's gonna happen, and
it really just affects your whole life when you've got all that grief and stress and emotions just bottled up inside you.
As an adult also, when you take responsibility of something you did, say, yes, I messed up, like I have to figure it out. At least you are creating
the opportunity to grow and better yourself. You're taking responsibility and accountability.
And learning that skill as a young age is a lot easier than learning it when you're an adult.
Definitely. It definitely instills a sense of duty about the importance of fulfilling obligations.
And it brings us to our skill number 7, which is problem solving and critical thinking.
You know, sometimes chores might present small challenges or require a little bit of decision making because, I mean, you got to decide, am I going to do the chore this way or am I going to do the chore this way?
Maybe this way I'll be doing the chore a lot faster, but this other way it's going to take me a lot more time, or it's not going to be as well done.
Right, and so the best part about problem solving and critical thinking is they really play a part in everyday life, whether you're a child or as an adult. I mean, every single day we're problem solving at work. We are critical thinking, trying to come up with the best solution, because then you have all these extra years to build on them, and that'll just make your life as an adult more successful.
And when you look at the news writer has their opinion about the news and they tell you what they think. It doesn't mean that you have to think like them. When you start thinking critically,
you analyze and you get to make an informed decision.
The best example is COVID. There were so many conflicting opinions. What do you believe? Like, you need to understand what is COVID to be able to believe one side or the other.
Right. You have to inform yourself, and that involves critical thinking. The next skill is
goal setting and achievements. This in life, I think, when you want to do a hobby like dancing and you set yourself a goal, okay, I want to be able to move my hips correctly, and then you practice, and then you get it, you're so proud of yourself. Goal setting is
a lot like that.
It's exactly that. But it's important.
Yes. If you want to be able to reach your desired reward, there's a reason why you're doing everything. You set the goal. Once you finally get that, well, now that's an achievement, not a goal.
So if the kids asks for a new teddy bear,
well, you don't have to say no, because you'd be like, well, let's take a look at your chore chart, see how many chores you have to do, see how much the teddy bear is valued at, and then we'll see how long it'll take you to get to your goal.
And now you know the kid has their set goal. They know, in 3 weeks, if I do all my chores.
Right.
Every time I'll get my teddy bear.
They're also learning to take care of and respect their things more because now they realize the amount of hard work that went into getting it instead of it just being handed to them and them not really caring about it.
And then the self-esteem and confidence building is the next skill that kids will learn. With social media, it's very important to give your kids the best self-esteem possible because anybody can take a picture of them and put them on social media and make fun of them. I was bullied when I was a kid, but I wouldn't want to have to deal with social media on top of it because it was done, it was over, and you go to the next part of your life. But with social media,
It's a lot harder to escape all of that stuff.
yeah. So if you have a good self-esteem, you just don't care about what people think.
Right.
And
You just do what you believe is right.
so Jake, how does this activity help with self-esteem and confidence building?
It reinforces the concept that they are capable. They can achieve their goals through hard work and persistence, and as long as they stick with it, they can achieve anything that they set their mind to.
Yeah, they complete their chore and they're proud and they earn a reward and it makes them happy. The next skill is understanding the value of work. I don't think you can understand more the value of work than with this activity.
Seriously.
They're literally working to get points or money to get something.
Right. Now, some of you people out there might say that, oh, this is child labor. My kids can't do that. Yes, they can. You need to put them so that they're learning and they're prepared for adulthood.
That's just your mom, Jake.
I didn't know the value of work when I was a kid, and I hopped from job to job to job until I found this one.
Yeah, and now you know that rewards come from what? Effort and dedication.
The next skill that this activity brings to your children
Is empathy and household contribution.
I feel that this one is really important because in the world today, to me, it just feels like everyone is just lacking a little bit of empathy.
Or it's harder to find people that have empathy.
When you engage in household chores, you learn to respect each other. You realize how much effort goes into maintaining a home.
There's this empathy that grows because kids, they see, wow, mom and dad, they do this every day. And
I'd want to help them because I want to be able to spend more time with them. It helps them appreciate the efforts of others, and it helps them understand the importance of contributing to your family. And once they get older, to the community as well.
all in all, I think that this chore reward activity is setting a good foundation for life skills that matter.
Right.
I think it's a fun activity that kids will not get bored of because they have a goal and they have a reward at the end.
Right, and it brings the family together more. It's fun. Like, you have more time to spend with each other, and at the same time, why not turn the music on? Dance around while you're doing the chores. It brings a little bit of enjoyment to life.
And you're explaining to kids that everything can be fun if you make it fun. For example, like Jake said, put the music on and
Throw a dance party around the house.
while you're doing the chores. And that's why we enjoy cooking. It's because we put the music loud and we sing and we cut the little vegetables
And
and
dance around. You guys have an amazing day. Tune in next time as we go over day 2 of the Chore Rewards Adventure.
you can have the link in the description.